10 Asian nations are about to watch their American dream die as the U.S. government prepares to cut off all green card opportunities completely. Discover which countries are facing this devastating blow that will crush millions of families hoping to build new lives in America. 10. Vietnam. It is impossible to talk about Asia's connection with the United States without mentioning Vietnam, a country with deep historical ties and a rapidly growing diaspora. Over the last few decades, thousands of Vietnamese families have crossed the Pacific in search of a new life, and this constant flow has changed the rules of the game. For the 2025 diversity visa, Vietnam has been left out of the race. The reason is clear: too many have already made it, surpassing the limit set by the U.S. immigration system. This exclusion is part of a policy designed to give opportunities to nations with lower immigration numbers, keeping the program true to its original purpose of diversity. Vietnam's strong cultural presence in America, from food to business, shows how deeply rooted its community has become. But that success is exactly why the door through the green card lottery will remain closed for now. Other visa paths will have to take its place for those still dreaming of crossing over. For many, this is more than just a bureaucratic change. It is a shift in opportunity. Young Vietnamese professionals and students who saw the DV lottery as a chance to start fresh in the U.S. now face a different reality. This could push more people toward work-based or family-sponsored visas, changing the profile of new immigrants. While the dream is still alive, the road to achieving it will now be longer and more challenging. 9. Philippines. When it comes to countries with a deep and ongoing connection to the United States, the Philippines stands out as one of the most influential. Generations of Filipinos have made their mark across America, from bustling neighborhoods in California to medical and service sectors nationwide. But this remarkable presence comes with a consequence. For the 2025 diversity visa, the Philippines will not be eligible, as it has far exceeded the immigrant threshold set by U.S. immigration rules. This decision reflects the core idea behind the program, to diversify the flow of new arrivals by focusing on countries with fewer recent immigrants. The Philippines, with its strong educational ties, overseas worker programs, and family reunifications, has consistently maintained a high level of migration to the U.S. While it's a testament to the closeness between the two nations, it also explains why the DV path is temporarily off the table for Filipinos. For many in the Philippines, this means adjusting plans and looking toward other routes, such as employment visas or family sponsorships. Ambitious young professionals and skilled workers may need to shift strategies to reach their American dream. The strong cultural bridge between the two countries will remain, but the lottery that once offered hope to thousands will be out of reach, at least for now. 8. South Korea. Few countries have seen such a steady rise in U.S. immigration as South Korea. Over the years, students, professionals, and entire families have moved across the Pacific, driven by education, business, and a vision of better opportunities. This continuous flow has pushed South Korea past the limit allowed for the diversity visa, making it ineligible for 2025. The numbers tell a clear story. The stronger the migration trend, the narrower the path through this particular program. The policy aims to keep the diversity visa true to its name, giving preference to nations with fewer recent immigrants. South Korea's strong presence in the U.S., from technology companies to vibrant Korean communities in cities like Los Angeles and New York, reflects decades of successful integration. Ironically, it is this very success that has closed the DV door for now, leaving other immigration channels as the main option. For South Koreans still seeking to start a life in the U.S., the focus may shift toward work visas, student visas, or family reunification. This change could reshape the profile of new arrivals, favoring highly skilled workers and graduates over lottery winners. The dream is still there, but the route to it will now require a more strategic approach. 7. Bangladesh. In recent years, Bangladesh has emerged as one of the fastest-growing sources of immigrants to the United States. Driven by economic aspiration and educational opportunities, thousands have made the journey, forming tight-knit communities in cities like New York and Los Angeles. This rapid rise in migration has pushed Bangladesh over the diversity visa limit, making it ineligible for the 2025 program. The decision is not a reflection of political tension, but simply a matter of numbers. The rule is straightforward: any country sending more than 50,000 immigrants to the U.S. over the past 5 years loses eligibility for that year's lottery. Bangladesh, with its expanding diaspora and strong family-based migration patterns, now falls into that category. It is a sign of the country's growing connection to America, but also a reminder of how the DV system works to balance global representation. For Bangladeshis dreaming of life in the U.S., this means turning to other visa options, such as employment-based programs or student pathways. Many will still find their way, but the process will demand more planning and patience. The country's vibrant culture and hardworking spirit will continue to leave its mark in America, even if the green card lottery is no longer the ticket in. 6. Hong Kong, once seen as a separate entry in the U.S. diversity visa program. Hong Kong now shares the same fate as mainland China when it comes to eligibility. For 2025, it has been removed from the list of qualifying regions, a shift that marks the end of a long-standing distinction. This change is tied directly to immigration numbers, as well as the updated U.S. policy that treats Hong Kong-born applicants as Chinese nationals. For the DV count. Historically, Hong Kong enjoyed its own slot in the lottery, giving thousands a chance to apply regardless of mainland China's ineligibility. That advantage is gone, closing a door that many had relied on for years. The move reflects not just immigration statistics, but also evolving geopolitical realities and how the U.S. categorizes regions in its immigration system. For residents of Hong Kong hoping to settle in the U.S., the focus will now have to shift toward alternative visas, such as work permits, student visas, or investment routes. The DV pathway, once a unique opportunity, has vanished for the time being. While this change may disappoint many, it underscores how immigration rules are constantly adapting to a mix of numbers, policies, and politics. 5. China. Mainland China has long been excluded from the diversity visa program, and 2025 is no exception. With immigration numbers far above the threshold set by the U.S., it remains one of the most ineligible countries in the world for this lottery. The sheer volume of Chinese nationals moving to America through work, study, and family sponsorship has kept it firmly outside the DV system for decades. This is not a new development, but its impact is as strong as ever. The U.S. policy is designed to create a wider mix of nationalities among immigrants, which means countries with already high numbers, like China, are left out. Despite this, Chinese influence in the U.S. continues to grow. From thriving Chinatowns to leadership in tech and academia, the absence from the DV program has done little to slow the flow of Chinese talent and entrepreneurship into American life. For those in mainland China with dreams of starting fresh in the U.S., the strategy often leans toward education or specialized work visas. Many also follow the family reunification route, keeping close ties alive across the Pacific. While the diversity visa is not an option, the determination to find a place in the American story remains as strong as ever. 4. Pakistan. Pakistan's connection with the United States runs deep. Built on decades of migration for education, work, and family reunification, the steady flow has placed the country well above the diversity visa limit, making it ineligible for the 2025 lottery. From large communities in Texas and New York to growing professional networks in technology and medicine, the Pakistani presence in America is both strong and influential. The diversity visa program was never meant to favor countries with already high migration numbers, and Pakistan's statistics leave no room for DV eligibility. This is not about politics, but about balancing the origins of new immigrants to keep the program true to its mission. Pakistan's success in building a strong diaspora in the U.S. is part of the reason the lottery door remains closed. For Pakistanis still hoping to make the move, the focus has shifted toward employment-based visas, business opportunities, and student programs. Many also pursue family-sponsored immigration, which has long been a reliable route. While the DV path is off limits, the bonds between the two nations ensure that Pakistan will continue to have a vibrant role in the American landscape. 3. India. India's absence from the 2025 diversity visa program is no surprise, as it has consistently ranked among the top countries for immigration to the United States. With a massive flow of skilled workers, students, and family-based migrants, India far surpasses the limit set by the program. This high demand reflects the deep ties between the two nations, forged through technology, education, and business partnerships that span decades. The diversity visa aims to offer opportunities to countries with lower migration rates, and India's numbers simply leave no room for inclusion. From Silicon Valley to Wall Street, Indian professionals are an essential part of the U.S. workforce, while vibrant Indian communities keep cultural traditions alive. Ironically, it is this very success that has closed the DV pathway for millions of hopeful applicants. For Indians determined to pursue the American dream, other routes remain open. Employment-based visas, student visas, and family sponsorships are among the most common paths. While the green card lottery is off the table, India's strong global influence and the continued demand for its talent ensure that the journey to the U.S. will never truly be closed. 2. Thailand. Thailand has quietly become one of the most popular destinations for Americans abroad. But the movement in the other direction has also grown sharply in recent years. More Thai nationals have been moving to the U.S. for work, study, and family reunification, while Thailand is still eligible for the diversity visa in 2025. Its immigration numbers are steadily climbing. If this trend continues, it could cross the threshold in the near future. The DV program is meant to bring diversity, giving more chances to nations with low migration to the U.S. Thailand's growing student population in American universities and an increase in business professionals settling abroad are clear signs of stronger ties. This is good for bilateral relations, but it could also mean that the days of easy lottery access are numbered. For Thais thinking about the future, the lesson is simple: act while the opportunity is still there. Applying now could be far easier than waiting for years only to find the door closed. Those who dream of living in America may soon need to compete in a more crowded field, or switch to work or family-based visas to achieve their goals. 1. Taiwan. Taiwan has long enjoyed its place on the diversity visa eligibility list, but that position is not guaranteed forever. Migration from Taiwan to the U.S. has been on the rise, especially among highly skilled workers and students seeking advanced degrees. The strong cultural and economic connections between the two have fueled the steady flow, and the numbers are beginning to approach the DV cutoff point. The U.S. created the diversity visa to give smaller or less represented countries a fair shot at immigration. If Taiwan's immigration rate keeps climbing, it could eventually find itself excluded, just like several other Asian countries. This would mark a significant shift for thousands of applicants who rely on the program as their primary path to America. For now, Taiwan remains eligible, but the message is clear: time may be running out. Those who qualify should take advantage of the program before policy or numbers change. Once a country loses DV eligibility, returning is rare, and the path to the American dream becomes a much harder climb. Which of these countries do you think will fight the hardest to get back into the green card lottery? And what makes you believe that? Tell me in the comments and let me know where you're watching from. For more content you can't miss, click on the video that's appearing on your screen right now and share this with someone who is planning to move to the U.S. so they know exactly what they're up against.